So this is a big green turtle, and starving and dying.
This adult male is one of hundreds of starving turtles languishing in a milky lagoon on the Cocos-Keeling Islands, Australia's most remote territory. It's become a regular sight for locals and scientists to find green and hawksbill turtles stranded or dead on the beach.
The carapace is obviously, as you can see, doesn't have a nice shine and obviously hasn't gone out on a high tide. It's very sad.
And what do you think will happen?
He'll just finish up dying in here.
Flying into Cocos, you would think you had arrived in heaven on earth. It's hardly surprising that the azure waters of the Coral Atoll are a secret holiday spot for avid windsurfers and divers from all over the world. But life in this remote paradise is about to change.
This is a very strategic location in terms of connectivity to Asia. And with a $500 million project going ahead, I think it would be fair to say that the Department of Defence has big plans for this place in the future.
Cocos' location, closer to Jakarta than Perth, will allow Australia and its allies to send spy planes up for a bird's-eye view on busy international shipping lanes. As part of their plans, Defence is earmarked building a new jetty to facilitate the hundreds of thousands of tonnes of construction material required for a $500 million runway. But locals believe works for a previous jetty was a key trigger that caused the death of the lagoon's seagrass meadow, the main food source for the turtles.
When the new jetty was built back in 2009, the project was supposed to go for 9 months. It went for 2 years. And as a result of that, with the dredging and stuff, it appears that it's undermined the seagrass. And so then we've had big swells and big weather events that have then torn up what seagrass was there. And so now, obviously we're seeing the impacts of that throughout the lagoon. And particularly, I guess, the most obvious sign of that is with the turtles dying and starving.
Scott Whiting is a renowned marine biologist who spent years tagging turtles on Cocos. He's been monitoring the health of the turtle population for decades and has documented their decline. Scott agrees that dredging was a big factor in killing off the seagrass meadows in the lagoon. In March last year, Christmas and Cocos-Keeling Islands were declared one of the largest marine sanctuary areas in the world. But as this Parks Australia map shows, the lagoon area was excised from that habitat and marine protection area.
Any other human disturbance in that environment has to be looked at very closely and has to be looked at how that's going to exacerbate the current conditions. And I think that's part of how that development proceeds and what environmental conditions are placed on that.
The Defence Force plan to start construction next year. The Department of Climate Change, Energy, the Environment and Water and Parks Australia share responsibility for the environmental regulation of Cocos Islands. They've yet to receive a referral from Defence. In a statement to the ABC, Federal Defence Minister Richard Marles said he would consider all potential environmental impacts as part of the airfield's design and construction. Meanwhile, the future of this unique turtle population looks grim.